All right, Shalom. This is your brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This lesson is, does the Spirit recognize you? All right. Something we should all be pondering within ourselves. The scriptures talk about try my reins. In fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. Yeah. Psalm 26:2, examine me, O Lord, and prove me, try my reins in my heart. Exactly. When you're being proven, you're being recognized. Okay, does he have what it takes for me to put my trust in, or things of that nature? Prime example, the NFL Combine. Those are proven that they belong in the league. They go through a series of events to be proved worthy to be drafted. You see? It's the same thing in this case. We're going through our situations and tribulations, things of that nature, our trials, because we're being examined and we're being proved and seeing if we're worthy enough to be recognized by the Spirit. And on your day-to-day basis, what are you doing to be recognized by the Spirit? Knowing that it don't matter who you recognize by man. That don't matter. Is the Lord recognizing you? Okay? Is the Spirit recognizing you as an individual who is doing what he's supposed to do in the Spirit, trying to actually get the fuck up out of here, out of Babylon? All right? Are you doing what you're told? You got the minimum requirements. Your 3 videos, link up with bros, read, study, pray, fast, things of that nature. Are you doing those requirements to the best of your ability? All right? So the Spirit can recognize you. If not, you got to check yourself. All right? So I'm going to get a little precept here. I'm just going to jump right to it. This is Acts 19:15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And yes, I'm bringing this up, even if it says evil spirit, because that's still a recognition of a spirit. An evil spirit recognized who Paul was. All spirits come from the Lord, okay? But that evil spirit recognized who Yahweh is and who Paul is. Why? Because they're doing something in the Spirit. There's one thing I asked myself. I had put this in a group text to some of the bros in my camp here in Atlanta. How do you expect the Spirit to recognize you if you ain't doing nothing in the Spirit? You feel me? How can you expect the Spirit to recognize you if you're not doing anything in the Spirit? If you just bullshitting and lollygagging, doing nothing, what makes you think, and then so surprised when the Spirit just ain't dealing with you no more? What makes you think the Spirit is recognizing you if you ain't doing shit? Straight up. What makes you think? It's like the same thing. Say, let's see, like a female trying to attract a male, but she ain't clean, she ain't dressing nice, and then wonder, is she fat, not taking care of herself and shit. All right, when she always has the opportunity to. All right, what makes you think she's gonna attract that guy who goes to the gym every single day and has his shit together and, you know, has his job, has his life together, has his life? What makes you think? What? And she's like, well, no one's ever. Well, you ain't getting your shit together, so what makes you think what makes you think you're gonna get recognized? It's the same thing here in the Spirit. We can be likened as the woman. Israel for so long has been that gluttonous, greedy, fat, lazy, lethargic, derelict ass woman, and then expect for something extravagant to happen to him, aka getting beamed up by a chariot. But you ain't doing shit in the spirit. That don't make no sense. All right, so I'm going to get this word know in the Greek. All right, the word know in the Greek is genosko. Genosko. Let's see what Esau say.
Strong's G, 1097. Gnosko.
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 Gnosko means to see, to learn to know. How do you learn to know someone? You start recognizing them and keeping it like, okay, I see. It's like the main thing, like you may have a brother who come in on fire and you can see he on fire. You see the spirit working with him because you see his works and you start recognizing, all right, the spirit working with this man because he putting work in and he's getting the recognition that he deserves in the spirit. Okay? It says to learn to know. So when the evil spirit talked to those individuals trying to cast a spirit out of a man in the name of Yahushua, he's like, I don't know you because I ain't been recognizing you because you don't do nothing in the spirit for me to recognize you. So who are you? Paul does. Yahushua did. You see? It says come to know. Get a knowledge of perceive, feel. Get a feel for you. You see? Okay. Get a feel for you. I'm going to go to I have it on deck. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and 16. If a man commit himself unto her, meaning wisdom, he shall inherit her. In his generation shall hold her in possession. Now I'm going to get the word commit, which I got pulled up here. Commitment means to give in charge, in trust, to unite. All right? Same thing. When a man and a woman get together, they commit to one another. Or a woman commits to them, they unite. The scriptures talk about they become one flesh. A man leaves his mother and father and becomes one with the wife, meaning they unite and they combined, like it says here, and they bring together. And what happens when the commitment happens? They get to learn and know each other. I know you. I know you. I've gotten to learn to know you. You being in a relationship for an elongated amount of time, you get to know somebody. Then you can start peeping when they're going off. Because you know them. You know their movements. You know their body language. You know their speech, their way of talk, their tone of voice. You know them. You know what they like, what they dislike. You know them. You read them like a book. It's the same thing in the spirit. You come into the spirit. You start doing things in the spirit knows you. So when you start falling a wayside, the spirit can recognize, yo, you doing something wrong right now and you need to get checked. And how you get checked is through a brother. You see? Are you doing things in the spirit? So how can you expect the spirit to recognize you if you're not doing shit in the spirit? Man? You ain't doing nothing. So the spirit, I don't know you. So what did you expect from me? What did you expect from me? You see? It's the same thing when you read the Proverbs, the first chapter. This whole time I've been trying to get to know you, but you waved the hand at my counsel and at my reproof. So now when the time hits and you're trying to get to know me, who are you? You've done nothing in the spirit. All right, let me get that word know. See what that is. All right, the word know, to perceive a thing to be identical with another. See? Woo! Didn't Yahushua say, me and my Father are one? Because Yahweh knew Yahushua. Yahushua was 100% in the spirit, so he was always recognized. So perceive a thing that Yahweh knew him. Perceive a thing to be identical with another. Be able to distinguish. Boom. Be able to distinguish. Just get something real quick. There's a book of Titus real quick. I think that's it. All right. Titus 1 and 15. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. but even their mind and conscience is defiled. All right, let's get the word conscience. Synodesis in the Greek, guess what it means? Consciousness of anything, the soul distinguishing. Okay, what is know? Be able to distinguish. So it's a part of your conscience. All right, the soul or your spirit distinguishing between what is morally good and bad. You see? When the spirit knows you, it can distinguish if you're morally good or bad, if you have a foundation or if you don't. How can you expect the spirit to recognize you if you ain't doing nothing in the spirit? I don't know you. I don't fucking know you. I don't know you from a can of paint, playboy. That's how the spirit's going to, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in the spirit, that's how the spirit is going to react to you. Like, I don't know you. You won't, the scriptures talk about in the book of James, you show me your faith by your works. Faith without works is dead. You claim you have faith, but I don't see nothing to show it, so I don't recognize it. I don't recognize you. I don't know who you are. All right, let's go back. It says, come to know, get to know, perceive, feel, to know, understand, perceive, have knowledge of. If you have knowledge of something, you know it exists at least. If you're not doing anything in the spirit, it will deem like, I don't even know you existed. Hypothetically, just facetiously speaking, because the spirit knows everything. But I'm just saying, just as an example and an understanding of. So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and 16. If a man commit himself, so we understand commitment, meaning a coming together and to unite. Going into the word know, meaning to perceive one to be identical to another. Okay? That's what happens when you commit yourself to the spirit. You start doing things in the spirit. You ever, this is saying you be in a relationship and they start looking alike. The women, they start to act and look alike because the woman has conformed to the man because they have united and committed to each other. All right, going on to verse 17. For at first she will walk with him by crooked ways. Exactly. Walking, the wisdom in the spirit, walking with you in the crooked ways is the part of getting to know you. Are you really about it? Okay, let's see what, I'm getting to know you. Okay, the scriptures talk about you can't know a friend. Oh man, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me just try to type it in. Well, pretty much, if you can't know a friend in prosperity, and an enemy can't hide itself in adversity, it's somewhere in Sirach. I just for the sake of the lesson and time, any brother can find that. You put it. I know it's in the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha. You can put it in the comment below. It says, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline. I'm getting to know you. I'm breaking you in. You ever got a brand new, but me, I played football 20 years of my life. College football, all that. You ever get a brand new cleat? You don't go out with that brand new cleat game day. You break it in probably the day before. You break your cleat in so you can be ready for game day the next day. If you go and play with a brand new cleat on game day, you will have blisters at the end of that game because you didn't break the cleat in. It's still stiff. All right? You got to loosen it up. That's what the spirit does to you. It breaks you in, loosens you up. When you ever see an individual, especially when they have some alcohol in their system, they get loosened up. And then you can see they're about to be themselves. They're more so themselves. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing the spirit does to us through the discipline. It loosens us up. And then it sees who we really are in the inside. That's where the education comes in. It says, until she may trust his soul. Right. He takes us through the spirit takes us through the discipline so it can trust us. How do you trust somebody? When you get to know him. Man, I know this man gonna have my back in that day if I'm around him. Because I trust him. Because I seen what he's doing in the spirit. I recognize it. In order to recognize someone else is doing something in the spirit, you gotta be in the spirit. You see? If you ain't doing shit in the spirit, how can the spirit recognize you, and how can you recognize anything in the spirit? And try him by her laws. Okay? So let's go back to that Acts chapter 19 and 15. And I'm going to ask again, how can you expect to be recognized in the spirit if you ain't doing nothing in the spirit? You ain't doing your videos. You ain't doing your lesson. You ain't linking up. You ain't talking to nobody. You ain't doing shit. You expect to get recognized. Expect to get beamed up on a chariot. Expect to make it through Jacob's trouble. Man, you must be out your cotton picking mind. Acts 19 and 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua, I know. And Paul, I know, but who are ye? Meaning, who the fuck is you? You don't do nothing in the spirit. Even evil spirits recognize individuals who are doing things in the spirit. I mean, you read Mark the 5th chapter, I want to say. Mark the 5th chapter, when Yahushua came up to those to Legion. Legion immediately bowed down because he knew in the spirit, Yahushua is doing something in the spirit. Immediately recognized. Immediately. So it's the same thing for us. What are you doing day to day? Your videos, when you crank it up on the lesson, highways and byways. What are you doing to be recognized by the Spirit? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who will only teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Brother Kachakwa, until the next time, say shalom.